When I grew up, I watched my parents volunteer. And it's not just volunteer for organizations, but they looked after a lot of people. In fact, it took me, I was much older when I found out that a couple of ladies that they looked after a lot weren't my aunts. They were just a couple of ladies that my parents looked after. And they went on, I watched for years where they were involved in organizations and looking after people. And I just saw the benefit of that. So I've always kind of followed that core value, I guess, and looked to, give beyond what I'm just doing for a living. Now, playing on that, I also think that it's important that I pass on that legacy a little bit to my kids, and I would want them to see me involved in volunteering and helping others. I think anything that we would volunteer to do we would line up with what we think is important. It would be something that we think we're going to have an impact and make a difference, and I really believe that the Character Community Foundation it serves that for me, in that we're really looking to have an impact in our communities. We want these to be better places to live and to work and to play, and so I feel like it's a place where I can have an impact and make a difference for my neighbors. When you talk about communities, the building block of communities are us. It's just the folks that live here. And really it's the relationships that we have. And we're going to build good communities if we have good relationships. And any relationship that I'm involved in is only going to be as good as the character that I bring to that relationship. It's the behaviors that I'll display, the way I treat other people, the way I care for other people, the way I listen to other people. And that behavior that I demonstrate really comes out of the character, who I am, for good or for bad. And so that's really foundational to building good communities. So we should celebrate that. We should promote it in every way that we can. I've really kind of learned to fall in love with the phrase "a call to character." I think that's what our Character Community Foundation is really looking to do. It's just a call to good character. We're putting that out as a trumpet sound to the community. Now, what do I mean by that? I think that in our government, we would see it in our policies, in our laws, and our procedures at various levels in government. I think we'd see a call to character, and what that means is a touchstone in our schools and in our sports organizations. We would see it for example, in our business and industry, in hiring, promotion, training processes. I'd want to see it celebrated by our media and promoted in our media. I think our faith communities would cross-reference it, to their beliefs and traditions, and celebrate it and promote it there. It's a place that we've got common ground within our community. What we're hearing, all right, we still consider ourselves young at the work, but we're hearing a couple of things. One of the things that we're hearing is that people are recognizing it in our schools, but they're also seeing it now across other sectors of the community. And so they're seeing that it's not just something that the schools are doing, it's not just something that the faith communities are doing, but they see it in our businesses. They see it in signage on the streets, on municipal government trucks. They see it in the hockey arenas. So we're hearing back now that they're becoming more aware of it. And as that awareness grows, it's, people are taking it to heart. What does this mean? Why are people making such a big deal of this? So I think that that's what we're hearing, and we're hearing that they're telling us that that's a good thing. It's becoming a bit of a brand. In the schools they talk about character matters. They talk about character matters beyond our York region now, as if that's a thing. And certainly the character community is something now that's being recognized by more of the folks in our community, and they're seeing it as a respectable, an honored brand, something that really represents what they're striving for and what they want to see in their community. Just recently, we've instituted a board of governors for our Character Community Foundation. We've been around for several years now, and we've had a wonderful, many folks have volunteered to be on our Character Council, and from all the different sectors in the community, and they've worked hard at this over the number of years, and they continue to do that. But just recently we put together a board of governors, and these are leaders at the highest level in the New York region, in education, in industry, in commerce, in police, in fire, in government, in the media. And they've agreed to represent us, or to represent themselves and their organizations, and to promote this whole notion of character development across York Region. Now, these are people that are committed to York Region, the people of York Region and the communities of York Region, and they believe in this character movement. And I think that they're going to be really instrumental in getting our message out and probably getting us to that next level. So as hard as we've worked sort of behind the scenes to really nurture and educate our community, we've got some folks that have the capacity now to take this message further. So we're pretty excited about that, and so grateful for those folks that have stepped forward to be on that Board of Governors.